follow-up, right? So it's unique to your situation, PLLC, right? Okay, so you've got you want to be protected in case you get sued, right? At the end of the day, that's what you're after. You're chasing that. Sell the wrong house, or be like one of my clients who's suing their realtor for selling them something they shouldn't have sold or whatever. Like that's what you want. At the end of the day, you want that protection.
Correct.
All right. So we're gonna do everything we can to legally set you up so that you're protected, right? So it's the forming of all of that stuff. The next step is to determine how you want to be taxed.
Okay.
And depending on how we're going to tax you, that's a whole other ball game. And that's when you hear the words like S corporation, sole proprietorship, disregarded, all these type of words you hear accountants spitting out. They're talking about the tax implication. Who cares about your legal status? I care about what is the tax side over here. Right. Now they go hand in hand, right? So right now, let me put it in simple. Let's put it in generic terms.
Okay.
This is a terrible analogy, so the world, please forgive me, but you will never forget this. So you wake up one day and you're like, I'm gonna go start a job. I'm gonna create a job for myself. Bad way to start a business, but I digress. So you wake up and you start earning money, right? And we start deducting all that money, and you have no protection. So I say that's like having unprotected sex. It just takes one time, and forget it, right?
Right.
Then you go, maybe I shouldn't be just doing it. However, maybe I need to have a little bit of protection. So you go and you find out you can form an LLC. So I call that like the use of the dental dam, right? Like stuff still gets around, all right?
But it's something.
Right.
Okay.
All right. But then you're like, I absolutely don't want to take any risks, any chances. So you put a condom on. That's a corporation. 99.99% you're going to be safe unless you pierce
the corporate veil.
Right? So someone pokes a hole in that rubber, forget it, you're out. I can't help you, right? You know what I mean? So now that's like strictly the legal side of it. Then there's the tax side. So Uncle Sam comes in and says, okay, so you want to be a sole proprietor, no protection. You want to be a limited liability with limited protection, and it's just you. You have options. I can treat you in different ways I can treat you differently depending on the tax side of it you want to play in. What happens is that we make an election with the government to tell them this is how I want to be taxed. Again,
that's set in stone.
That's set in stone. Now you can revoke it.
You can. Okay.
But boy, oh boy, there's going to be some dire potential consequences to revoking it. Our strategies might call for someone to revoke their S corporation status, let's just say, because it makes more sense today to play in the world of a regular C corporation because it has a lower tax bracket, right? And it stops at the corporate level. So we might want to purposely revoke that. Or maybe they were an LLC single member and they became a corporation, and for whatever ungodly reason, I don't know why you would, but you're like, I don't want to play this game anymore, so I'm going to switch it out and go back to this. There's more legal issues that arise out of that that I don't want to put on camera, obviously. But there are consequences to that decision. Okay. So another example, husband and wife, or husband and husband, wife or wife, right? Wake up one day, the two of you are like, you know what? We both are tired of working for the big man. So we're going to form a business together. The government now steps in and goes, okay, husband and wife, or spouse and spouse, we have choices for you. Same choice as a person, but now there's two of you, and I have choices I can make. How we want to tax you. Or maybe there's also another new legal protection over here.
Okay.
Right? So I'll give really interestingly, before same-sex couples could get married, if they formed a business together, by default, the government says you created a partnership, right? So now, of course, the marriage is legal. Now we get to have the same treatment as hetero couples and treat it as one enterprise or one company.
Versus tax advantages to that.
Exactly.
Versus the partnership.
Again, depending on the scenario. Or you and a buddy decide to get married, i.e., you form a partnership. Right? That's what I call it, marriage.
Sure, it is.
So I assume all your debt, you assume all mine, blah, blah, blah. You get it. So what happens is, now all of a sudden I can tell the government too, I don't want to be treated like a partnership. I want to be treated like I'm a corporation. And the IRS allows us to do this. So And each one of these tax strategies or tax setups has different tax implications, and we utilize that to help you maximize your profits, help you minimize your tax.
Boom.
That's what we do. That's JB Financial, Jonathan Banger, Tax Tiger. Meow.